Okay, let's continue with this cute little face. I've been away from it for a couple of days, so it's going to take me a couple of minutes to get back into it. I've got all my colours ready. We know our colour palette, what we've been using, seems to be working, so we'll continue with that. So I'm going to work down this side first, and then we'll make our way round. I have finished up the top here. As I say, I was only going to draw the face area. I wasn't going to worry about the out part, you know, the ears, etc. It was just a drawing of the face area. So I'm going to come down here. As I say, I've got the primrose in the Luminance range, and this is going to be my base layer. My pencil isn't that sharp, but it doesn't really need to be with what I'm going to do, so I'm not going to sharpen it. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at the direction of the fur. That's always important, as you know, and we'll get this first layer down. So I'm going to pretty much go over all this area. I'm looking at the lengths of the fur as well, so I'm going to implicate that with my pencil strokes as well. Right, so down here we're sweeping round. Okay, I've got a couple of stripes here as well. Okay, let's get this bit here. And we've got this stripe here which is quite dark, so I'm not going to bother taking the primrose in there. Okay, back over to the cheek. Okay, and then where are we? The two stripes there, that's it. Okay, so we're coming into the whiskers now. We're not going to worry about them until the end. We've got a bit around the nose here. This area is white, so we'll probably use the warm grey one in there, so I'm not going to go any further there, and then I'll bring it down here. And the fur down here is quite unfocused, so we just make it all soft looking. Okay, so we've got the white area here. I'm going to bring it down underneath. Okay, right, so that's okay for base layer. Okay, now I've got the cardamom orange back with the Polychromes. Right, let's get the paper over a bit more. Let's start from here and work our way down. Right, so we come over here. Okay, and then come over here. Just trying to get my bearings. So again, I'm not worrying about details at the moment. I'm just getting the directions of the fur in and getting some colour down so we know where we are. Okay, let's fill this stripe in. Right, and then that looks like it's, let's try and get our bearings here. So that goes up there. As you see, my line drawings are never the best. I try not to make them too complicated because they can be more of a hindrance than anything. So let's take it up there a bit more. Okay, so we've got a bit more down here. Okay, right, let's get the, let's have a look. Let's go with the burnt ochre. I think what I'm going to do actually is put that burnt ochre down. I'm going to go with the brown ochre 10%. I'm just checking it's brown ochre, that's it. I'm just going to fill in these lighter areas first. This is more of a buttery brown colour. Okay, and then just get my bearings here, so we don't want to go any further there. Got that bit there. Right, so we're back in with the burnt ochre. I've got lots of short fur going on here. So here I'm going up and under the lighter fur, if that makes sense. It just makes it look more realistic. Hopefully you get you understand where I'm coming from, what I mean rather. Do it again here. Okay. Do a bit more here. So we've still got the brown ochre, the burnt ochre, sorry. I don't know why I keep saying brown, it's the burnt ochre. Okay, I think what we'll do now is darken these darker areas up now. Okay, so I've got the Venetian red here, and I'm just going to start darkening these areas up. I don't think it really matters, you know, what area we do first or how we go about it, as long as it comes out at the end okay, which I'm sure it will. Let's get this one in because this is quite a dark area. brought the orange down a bit too far down here, but I don't think it really matters. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as the photo. I'm going to bring this bit at the side of the nose here as well, a little bit. And then some down here as well. Right, let's concentrate on the lighter areas again. I'm actually going to get the warm grey one. I just want to fill in this area. It does need to be darker, but I just want to get something in. Okay, that'll be fine for now. Okay, let's go back to the lighter areas. So let's go back to the burnt ochre. So we're starting to add some detail now. I think we will need the slice tool at some point as well, just to add some highlights. I've got a very squeaky chair. Okay, come down here. So these two slightly join together, very slightly. And we've got quite some long fur coming over this way, so we will get the tool out for that. Let's go with the caput mortuum, not the caput mortuum violet, just the caput mortuum. Let's darken some of these up. This goes quite well over the oranges and the lighter colours. pencil dust now because we've got a few layers down. So you need to keep your brush next to you. So I'm going back and forth with the pencil because I want to make it soft. I don't want any harsh stop and starts with the pencil. Let's do this bit here. Okay, I've got the brown ochre 10% now. I'm just going to do a bit of softening up in areas, just so it's nice and soft. There's no harsh lines anywhere. Bring that down here a little bit more as well while we've got it. Just got the caput mortuum here. I just want to get rid of that sharp line we've got there. Just blend that in a bit better. That's it. So it doesn't look like I've just got one sharp line coming off. Or I could use the kneadable rubber. So this is the kneadable rubber. I think it's a Faber-Castell one, and it just doesn't rub great off drafting film, but it can soften the pencil, especially around the edges here. If you've got any sharp bits, it just, as you can see on the rubber, hopefully it does pick up a little bit. It just helps to soften. I'm hoping it's not out of view, but there's something else that I use on the film. Okay, I'm going to darken this area up here under his cheek, and I'm going to go with the darks, the sepia 10% in the Luminance. This is good for shaded areas. So this is a sepia 10. Bring that down here a bit more as well. Just using a bit more pressure here, just to make it a bit darker. I think that might need darkening up a bit more. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to get the terracotta now. We haven't used this yet on this part, and I'm just going to do a few more details, and then this side's probably done. So we'll do the whiskers at the end, so we won't worry about that for now. I'm just using this terracotta around the darker areas just to, I suppose, blend, and so that they go into each other. I don't know how to explain it. It's just make it more softer. Hopefully what I'm doing makes it explains it better than what I am. I'm terrible at explaining things, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing and it's making more sense. And like here, it's quite a line still. We want to blend that in a bit more. So I'm going to get the slice tool out as well. I just want it to flow better, and that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, I think we've got enough layers down for the slice tool as well, because you do need a good few layers, otherwise it doesn't really do anything. Okay, and before I do get that nice tool, I just want to darken that up a bit more, because once we do the highlights, you can't really touch that area. So I've got the sepia 50 here. I'm going to see if that's going to, or you could try the one of the warm grey 2s or 3s, probably the 3 and 4s. But I'm just sticking with the Luminance here, so I've just got the sepia 50. I'm using very light pressure as well. I don't want it too dark, I just want to darken it a little. I think that'll be okay. Just want to add a bit more down here actually, so let's get the Venetian red back, so we've got a bit more coming down here. That's better. Let's give that a bit of a clean. Okay, so let's get some highlights in. So we've got a lot of lighter hairs coming over these darker areas, so we're just gonna get some of those in. Trying to get the right angle with the pen. So this is why you need quite a lot of, I don't need a lot of layers, but I would say at least 5, and then you've got enough to scratch out with this tool. If there's not enough layers down, then this just won't work. That clean. Down here a bit. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. do a couple around here as well. So I don't like to overdo it with the size tool. Okay, and I think that will be it for now. As I said, I don't want to overdo it. I'd rather do a bit more later on than realise I've done it too much. So I think that will be okay for now. Let's continue doing this area here, and then once we've got this area in, we can do the whiskers and then revisit the cheek area if needed. So I'm going to get the warm grey one in the Polychromes, and I'm just going to cover the whole area. I've got lots of short fur here, so I'm just going back and forth with the pencil. So we've got the whiskers here, so we need to come across again. Okay, I think the brown burnt ochre, got the burnt ochre here. How many lines we got? We got 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's come up here. I think the sepia 10 would be good to use next. Where is it? Sepia 10%. I'm going to sharpen that actually. I'm back with the terracotta. I'm just going to start doing these areas here. Where the whiskers come out. Let's go with the caput mortuum. I'm going to use this to come round here as well, darken this bit here. Okay, let's go back with the burnt ochre. Okay, I think let's go back to the sepia 10%. Just got the warm grey one here, so I'm putting enough layers in for the slice tool in a minute as well. It is a very light area here, well, not very light, but we need enough layers down to get some highlights in. Let's continue down here. I'm going to get the cardamom orange back. So this is the, yeah, this bit here. I'm not going to go any further down after this bit. don't think. Okay, let's get the brown ochre 10. Where is it? I've got the brown ochre 10%. So I'm just going over that and smoothing the area. Take that up there, that's it. And once we've got this area in, we can come back to this and do the whiskers. And make it darker if need be. But sometimes you need to work on another area to get that area finished. You need to sort of flip between different areas sometimes. Okay, I'm going to get the terracotta now. Let's have a look. Try with the caput mortuum. I don't want it to be too dark under here. Let's go with the Venetian red actually. I've got the Venetian red. Right, back to the sepia 10%. I'm just going to do this area now. So I'm going up into the lighter area. Okay, let's bring it down here. I'm going to go back to the mono rubber. I say go back, I'm going to use, just giving it a clean. We've got a lot of white fur coming over here, which is too thick for the slice tool, so I'm just going to bring some fur over and then fill it in again. And wipe. Okay, I'm gonna get the let's have a look, warm grey 1 back. I'm just gonna fill that in. I've just rubbed out. Just get the sepia 10 back. I'm just using very light pressure just to blend it in. Okay, and then I'm going to use that, see if it makes any difference for underneath here, just for the shaded areas under the fur. I don't think it's quite dark enough, this colour. I'm going to go back to the Venetian red, I think. Let's have a look, where are you? So many pencils down here. So I've got the Venetian red. I'm going up and under the marks I've just made with the mono rubber. I don't want to put it all over, but I'm using light pressure. Okay, the burnt ochre. Okay, we're getting there. I've got the sepia 10 back. I'm just gently filling in these whiter areas. I don't want it to be dark, but I don't want them to be just white. It's all blending nicely together. Okay, I'm going to put a bit more pressure here because I'm going to use the tool in a minute just to do some highlights, because this is going to be underneath. Bring that out a little bit more. That's better. Okay, right, let's get this slice tool out and let's get some highlights in. So I'm going to concentrate on this little bit here where the whiskers are coming out. So I'm just going to do little short hairs. Let's turn my blade round. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. I haven't got the best blade in, but and with doing this we get a bit more of the lighter fur back. I've got to make sure I don't have all the lines going in the same direction as well, because we don't want it to be too uniform. Can I just do a few more at the top there? I think that's enough for that bit. And then we need to do the whiskers, of course. I'm just going to add some raw umber just in this area here. Okay. I still want to make this a bit darker. I'm going to get the sepia 50 again. If I can find it. There you are. Okay, that's better. I'm just darkening a few areas up before I get the whiskers in. I'm just using very light pressure. pencil dust there that won't come off. That's it. Okay, let's get some whiskers in. Okay, and that'll be it for now for the whiskers on that side. We can always add more later on. I'm just going to add a few more hairlines up the top here and there. We do a few here. Right, let's just get, I just want to darken around the nose area very quickly. Gonna get the caput mortuum again, just to do these little areas around here. A couple of bits here and there, and then I think we're done on this bit here. On this side rather. I'm just going to grab the terracotta quickly just to orange these little areas up a bit more.